So I like Michael Bisping as a person, but as a commentator, he is getting, I think, worse and worse. With this last fight against Derek Lewis versus Jalin Almeida, it was bad. Like, for some reason, Michael Bisping just loves him some Derek Lewis, which is great. I love Derek Lewis too, but the commentary was so biased on Derek Lewis. It was a little concerning because, I mean, sometimes it's kind of covered up by like, oh, well, maybe, you know, he's just not seeing what I'm seeing, or, you know, maybe I'm just completely off here. But then every once in a while, Dominic Cruz would have to like jump in and say, yeah, he's not submitting him because he's like 30 pounds less. And Derek Lewis is just a huge guy. And also his submission defense has gotten so much better over the years. And whenever he's not submitting Derek Lewis, that's just a testament to Derek Lewis getting better at this, you know, submission defense, and just for the fact that Derek Lewis is outweighing this guy by 30 pounds. And it's like, he's still ragdolling him, and he's still going for submissions, and he's still throwing punches, but like, they're on the ground. And Jalin Almeida, I have no idea how this guy's not gassing out, but he's going really, really hard, but then they're acting like he's just laying and praying. And I'm like, guys, like, this guy is, I mean, like, do you know how hard it is to go for 25 minutes straight with constant takedowns? It's nearly impossible. Like, if you go and grapple with your best friend for like 5 minutes, you're gonna be gassed. Yeah, these guys are professionals. They're heavyweights. Heavyweights. And this guy, again, is going up against another man who's like 25, 30 pounds, maybe more, because Derek Lewis is, I'm pretty sure, cutting weight, so he's coming in even heavier. But then Jalin Almeida, whatever he's weighing in at is whatever he's fighting at. And he goes for 25 minutes and just ragdolls Derek Lewis for all 25 minutes, gets multiple 10-8 scorecards. And you're basically acting like this guy is like, I don't know, like, I don't even want to say like a Chael Sonnen or something, but like Chael Sonnen, whenever he's on the ground, he's not trying to submit his opponent. He's not even really trying to knock him out. He's trying to do just enough to basically keep the fight on the ground. I get that. That's not what Jalin Almeida was doing at all. Like, at all. And then for some reason, again, Michael Bisping and even the referee was acting like Jalin Almeida was just trying to make it to a decision. It's like, if you look at Jalin Almeida's career so far in the UFC, he has, in his very first fight, he has a second round rear naked choke. Then he has a first round TKO. Then he has another first round rear naked choke. Then he has another first round rear naked choke. Then he has a second round TKO. Then he has a first round rear naked choke. This is the first fight in his UFC career that he hasn't gotten a submission or a knockout. And so clearly this is not a fighter who wants to lay and pray and just get a decision. This is a guy who wants to prove himself. He wants to actually like make a statement, like he wants, you know, to fight for the title. He called out Ciryl Gane next, and I think that is an amazing fight for him, because Ciryl Gane has proven that he is a lower level grappler, we will say. Yeah, I think that would be an amazing matchup for Jalin Almeida. I don't know if they will make that fight, just for the fact that he will ragdoll him probably worse than Derek Lewis. And they probably want to keep him somewhat relevant in the heavyweight division, just because, you know, there is that Paris market that they probably still want to keep. So I don't think that they will make that. If they do, I will be shocked. But again, just quick little thoughts. The fight went just, I mean, I thought it was a great fight. Again, like, there was a lot of action, you know, there was a lot of, to me, there's lots of submission attempts, lots of possible knockouts by Derek Lewis. Like, it was an interesting fight, even though he was super dominant. But the only thing was, I usually don't even stay up for the fight cards whenever they're on. Usually I'll watch them like the next day. Sometimes I'll watch them live, but a lot of times I'll watch them the next day, and it is kind of like annoying whenever you're going on ESPN Plus and you're about to watch the fight, and then you see the timestamp and it says like 45 minutes or it says like 10 minutes, and then you know exactly, oh, okay, so there was a knockout probably within the first 2 rounds, if it's in a certain timestamp. But then if it's at like 45 minutes or 30 minutes or something, then you're like, oh, it probably went all 5 rounds. So I kind of wish maybe the UFC would do a thing to where like they had a standard timestamp. Let's say it's like in 45 minutes, but it's 45 minutes whether it's a first round knockout or a decision. And I think that would really help with people coming back the next day who can't stay up that late, for like work or whatever it is. But nonetheless, again, I would say that was an amazing main event. And again, I'm really looking forward to Jailton Almeida's next fight.